The goals for the men's team this year is obviously to continue our great run for the past 4 years since I've been here, to finish within the top 8 of the rankings of college nationals. This year I'm very excited just about college squash in general, as it's getting stronger and stronger. Every team is getting stronger, more recruits coming in for each team, and it's only good for college squash. But the main focus is to finish within the top 8 for the men's. With the women's team, the expectation this year is to finish as high as possible. Last season we finished 15th. We want to finish preferably within the top 12, if not higher. This is probably the strongest team I've had for the women's. And with college squash getting stronger and a few things are changing, this season both teams will actually be playing at nationals together on the same weekend if we finish within the top 16 before nationals. The key returners this year is generally all sophomores, all juniors, and the one senior that we have. The squad this year is a little smaller, so I can actually personally spend a lot more time, individual time with each student on court and off court. But everybody is a key player and has a big part to play within the team. Sophomores, juniors, and seniors, they're going to have a very big key part of the season. We have a smaller squad this year, so I can spend more personal time with each student and help with their progress both on the court and off the court. But every person has a key role to play this year. The key losses for the men's team, I lost 9 to graduation and a couple of other students to transfers. That in itself is a team, but we have a very young an experienced squash team for the men this year. We have some freshmen coming in from Europe, from South America, who've played a lot of team squash for their country, and their experience will come to the forefront and help the team minimize the losses that they had last year. Key losses for the women's side, the seniors that graduated, there were some very key players and key leaders within the team, but the team coming in, mix of international and American students, have great experience both playing in high school and playing for the national countries, and they will have another big key part to help with the loss of the seniors and the other leaders that we've lost last year. Contribution from the men's freshman class this year is going to be very big, because as we've lost 11 players from last season, they're going to come into the forefront straight away within the team and be there to participate and actually have a big impact in team matches. We've got different players from Switzerland, America, El Salvador, and they actually have some very good experience in playing for their countries. And the big key thing is to make sure they get experience, ready to go. So when our first match comes up, they're excited, they're confident, and they're ready to play for dip squash. Contribution I'm looking for from the freshman class for the women's team, again, put them straight within the team after losing very important seniors last season. I'm looking for them to be confident on court, to help support their team. We have a very talented group of freshman women players coming in, again, who have played for their national countries and played for their high school teams, and I'm very excited to see what their experience before college will translate into college squash. Preseason this year has been phenomenal. This is probably one of the best freshman class I've had overall. They're hungry, they're hardworking, their work ethic is phenomenal, and they've actually integrated themselves within the team like they've been here for the past 4 years. Both teams have gotten very close. This is the closest team that I've actually ever had. And when I mean by team, I mean both men's and women's. We consider ourselves to be one big, strong squash family. And practices and participation and communication and commitment has been phenomenal this season. And I know it's going to show in our results both on and off the court throughout the entire year. So the key matches this year are basically every single match in college squash. With college squash improving and each team getting stronger and stronger, and with more teams becoming varsity each season, even more so now, every match is very important. I know each team has certain matches and teams that they love to play and they don't want to lose to, which I think that's healthy, and it helps the teams work towards a goal each week when we go to matches. But basically, every match is key for both teams to reach their goals at the end of the season. This is the 50th year of F&M men's squash, and I'm very excited to be part of this great history of diplomatic men's squash. And I know this season is going to be a very good season, both on and off the squash court. With the women's team, this is the strongest women's team that I've ever had, and I'm very excited to see what they can do. And I know they're going to surprise a lot of top teams this year, including maybe one or two Ivy teams, which in the past we've never really gotten close to, but I'm very confident that we could pull out a couple of results against some of the Ivy teams. And also as well, this year both teams will be helping volunteer with Squash Aces, which is a program to help inner city school kids into higher education. And their goal is to help mentor them on the squash court, teach them this beautiful game of squash, and help them into higher academics, and who knows, maybe participate on a college squash team in the future.